This is my first video. About almost a year ago, I went to visit a child of mine, and he told me in his world there was no more truth. Somehow Apodictic Truth came up, and Plato, and being sort of an amateur philosopher or student of philosophy, it's like, okay, I'll just kind of catalog that. Well, when I went home, I kind of did the research to see what's going on today, and there's a great deal of moral ambiguity for the people under 40 today, particularly between 20 and 35. Freedom, they can do whatever they want since there's really no more morality. And, well, as a father, of course you think, gee. Well, part of it is a ditching of the ancestral norms. Now, really, that's sort of a euphemism or a misnomer, because it's freedom. It is freedom they want to do what they want, just as long as they have an addendum, not to hurt anyone. I guess that means when you're having sex with the chickens to not make them scream. I'm not sure about that. And but for certain religions and certain moral groups, their strictures can be avoided with this philosophy. Michel Foucault, a French philosopher, probably more famed in the late 50s and through the 60s, died of AIDS in the, I think, late 80s or early 90s. He did it on purpose. But the motto of what he called post-structuralism, along with his fellows, is, there's no truth. There's only subjective truth. For you, what is true is true. For me, what is true is true. Now, so there's subjective truth. In other words, I think there's a God, just one God. And, well, that discussion can't even be had now in his world, because there's no objective truth whatsoever. So what that really means is you cannot bring to me your truth with any sort of authority. Now, if you wanted to scientifically prove something, and it could be repeated by experiment, yes, well then that is the new definition of truth, is it's provable, fact, it's factual. Well, now, I've come upon recently this notion where their God is awesome. And you see, we're a sphere, and God is this like monster sphere, and we sit in awe of just the whole of it. And then around that whole thing, our perception of God and our relation to this larger sphere and our smaller sphere, but we're spheres just like everyone else. But it's just this awesomeness. This is a fear of God, but it's the Jewish word for the highest form of fear, if such a thing could be. But as fear is necessary, dogs are chasing you, you got to run. But this fear is just like it's the northern lights. Wow. And so, in any case, none of this can be discussed in their worlds, my two sons. And so, not to worry though, because with God all things are possible. And or the question in Genesis, in Abraham's life was, is anything too difficult for God? Can you think of something? I cannot. Well, that's more till the next time. I'll title this talk post-structuralism, and the absence of apodictic truth, and something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna sort of check it out, watch it, see if it looks okay, sounds okay, comes across okay, and then maybe I'll think of a title. Peace all, and take good care of yourself. Farewell. Be as good as you can. Work with your higher power, and be close as many minutes or seconds of the day that you can. And as you move from room to room and feel the new air and a new part of God's universe, and breathe it in and experience the fullness of being a smaller sphere with all the other small spheres, with the awesome sphere of the thing we call God, higher power, creative intelligence. But actually, it is, something to be noticed. All right. Adios.